Hi scholars, today we're going to look at TEK 4.4d. It says I can use strategies and algorithms including the standard algorithm to multiply up to a 4-digit number by a 1-digit number and to multiply a 2-digit number by a 2-digit number. So with the standard algorithm, I'm also going to teach you the box and partial product and distributive property. So we'll go through each one by one. Let's get started. Okay, so let's look at the standard algorithm for 2-digit by 1-digit. So anything in red is step 1, anything in blue is step 2. So for step 1, you want to do the ones place times the ones place. So 3 times 6 is 18. So you would put 8 here and carry the 1 here. It's just like as if there was an addition problem. You can't put a 2-digit number down here. If you get that as your answer, you put the ones place here and you carry the tens place up here. So then step 2 is in blue. You would do 3 times 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. And then you add anything that was carried. So 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So 26 times 3 is 78. Let's look at another example. Step 1 is in red. Ones place times ones place. So 8 times 5 is 45. 40. So you put the 0 here and you carry the 4. Step 2 is in blue, 8 times 4 plus the 4. So it's 32 plus 4, which is 36. So let's look at some more examples. 67 times 4. Step 1 is in red, the ones place times the ones place. 4 times 7 is 28. Put the 8 here, carry the 2. Step 2 is 4 times 6 is 24 plus the 2, which is 26. So 268 is your answer. 9 times 6 is 54. Carry the 5. 6 times 4 is 24 plus the 5 is 29. So 294 is my answer. Okay, now I want you to do these next two on your own. Press pause and then press play when you're ready to check. Okay, so step 1, 8 times 3 is 24. Carry the 2. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2 is 17. 65 times 4, step 1 is 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2. Step 2, 4 times 6 is 24 plus 2 is 26. Try 2 more. Press play or press pause and work the problems and then press play when you're ready to check. Okay, step 1, 6 times 5 is 30. Put the 0 down, carry the 3. Step 2, 5 times 7 is 35 plus 3 is 38. 3 times 2 is 6. In this situation, you wouldn't carry, and then 3 times 9 is 27. Now try these two without the arrows. See if you can do it without being aware what the steps are. See if you can do it from memory. Press pause and then press play when you're ready. Okay, 9 times 7 is my first step. It equals 63. 9 times 2 is 18. Plus 6, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Then over here, 8 times 6 is 48. Carry the 4. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 4 is 28. Okay, now let's look at 3-digit by 1-digit. So 3-digit by 1-digit is very similar to 2-digit by 1-digit. You just have one more additional step. So if you were to just think of this like 32 times 5, you would do 5 times 2, then you would do 5 times 3. But in this one, you just got to do one more step, 5 times 4. So you know how like if you do 5 times 2 and you have something to carry, you do 5 times 3 and you add that. Well, if it becomes a 2-digit number, you put 1 here and you put 1 up there. So then you do 5 times 4 and then you add what's up there. So 5 times 2 is 10. Carry the 1. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Carry the 1. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21. It's that easy. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 1 is 28. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Okay, let's look at two more. Step 1, 4 times 5 is 20. Put the 0 down, carry the 2. Now before I go on, I just wanted to clarify that if like your answer is 20, that 1's place stays down here and that 10's place stays up here. So it's like you're seeing 20 like that. A lot of people make the mistake of going backwards. Like let's just say 5 times 4 is 18. You're supposed to do 8 and then carry the 1. A lot of people do 8 and 1 like that. Well, that's like saying it's 18. So just be aware that the 1's place goes down here. So put the 0 here and the 2 here. So 4 times 9 is 36, plus 2 is 38. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Let's look at another example. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 8 is 16, plus 1 is 17. I want to talk about these ones because in these you really don't carry. So you would just put the bottom, the one number at the bottom. So like the first step would be 2 times 4 is 8, so you just put 8 there. 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 1 is 2. Look at this one. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. But then here 3 times 5 is 15, so then you would obviously write 2 digits down there. Now if there was a 4th digit here, you wouldn't write 15, you would just write 5 and you'd carry the 1 and then you do 3 times that plus that. Okay, I want you to do these two by yourself on paper. Press pause and work the problems and then press play when you're ready to check. Okay, step 1, 5 times 9 is 45. Put the 5 here, carry the 4. Remember, if you did 5 up here and 4 here, you did 54. And 9 times 5 is 45. So you got to put the 4 here and the 5 here. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. 2 times 7 is 14. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Try these two. I did not put the arrows in there for the steps. I want to see if you can do these from memory. Press pause, work the problems, press play when you're ready to check. Okay, 9 times 2 is my first step, equals 18. Put the 8 here, which is the 1's place, and the 1 up here, because that's the 10's place. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 6 times 9 is 54. So the 4 here, the 5 here. 8 times 6, or 6 times 8 is 48, plus the 5 is 53. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 5 is 29. Okay, let's look at 4 digit by 1 digit. It's the exact same thing, you just do the step one more time. So, 4 times 2 is 8, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 6 is 12. In this situation you would have to carry. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 5 is 15, carry the 1. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 1 is 28. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Let's look at 2 more examples. Same thing, 5 times 4 is 20, put the 0 here, carry the 2. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17, carry the 1. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 1, 46. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 8 is 24, carry the 2. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2 is 23, carry the 2. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20. So as you can see, it's not hard. The common mistake that students make is they forget to add what they carried, or sometimes they can do the process but they did their multiplication wrong. Like they might say 5 times 4 is 24 and they put a 4 and a 2 up here, and they know the process, they've mastered it, but their multiplication isn't correct. So those are the two common mistakes that I see. But as far as the standard algorithm goes, it's really, really easy and students quickly pick it up. Okay, I want you to do these three. Press pause, work the problems, press play when you're ready to check. Okay. 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 is 31. 8 times 7, sorry, I forgot that for a second right there, 56. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 5 is 29. 8 times 9 is 72, plus 2 is 74. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 7, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That's a huge number. 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 3 is 23. 4 times 6 is 24, plus 2 is 26. 4 times 8, 32, plus 2 is 34. Okay, last round of questions. I want you to do these 6 questions. Press pause, do the problems, press play when you're ready to check. Okay, 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 6 times 4 is 24, carry the 2, whoops. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 8 times 7, 56. 7 times 3, plus 5 is 26, so that's 21 plus 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 3 times 6 is 18. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 3 is 57. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 5. 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Sorry, you can't read that. That's 2,370. And then down here, 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. So 9,726. In my next video clip, I'm just going to show you quick methods on how to check for reasonability. Next week on The Classroom, stay tuned.